You wore your purple dress. I put on my dancing shoes. And not like all the rest. I didn't have a clue.
95X.
Harvey, of course, is a record company executive. Give your credentials real quick, Harvey.
Senior Vice President of Artist Development at Epic Records. Worked there over 30 years. With lots of artists, everything from Rage Against the Machine, Pearl Jam, new artists like Franz Ferdinand, Modest Mouse, Chevelle.
I would say you're an excellent judge.
Charlotte.
You certainly have qualifications.
I hope you know music by now.
John Tita, what are your what is your background?
I'm Senior Vice President at Warner Chappell Music, and I've worked with Santana and Bon Jovi and Jennifer Lopez.
Senior Vice President of Warner Chappell Music. You're a publishing firm, right?
Yes.
You actually go out to songwriters and say, hey, you got some good songs here, we'll buy them from you, don't you?
And I go to artists and say, I got great songs for you.
All right. So
I am sorry that you two have to be here today.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. We have 3 finalists who turned this thing around and said, no matter how bad this song is, we will prevail. First of all, let me introduce to you one of our finalists. This man is so accomplished. We are honored to have him as one of the finalists. This man's name is Mr. Robert Goulet.
He honors us with his presence.
May I call you Mr. Goulet? Mr. Goulet.
Certainly may.
Yes. Mr. Goulet, I am honored that you would even be a part of this nonsense.
I tell you something, Howard. I've been looking forward to being on your show for a long time. Finally make it.
Yes, and this is a competition. Not that you need to compete, but the fact of the matter is there's a $5,000 prize from Hemorrhelief, which is, of course, the best at getting rid of hemorrhoids.
How's that for an honor?
You don't have a problem there, do you, Mr. Goulet?
Not yet.
You never know, though. After this contest, you might.
I know.
And Mr. Goulet, you, of course, were brought into the contest by a friend of yours, and that friend is here right now. What is your name?
Who actually
Ernest is there?
Ernest is here. Hi, Ernest.
Good morning, Robin. Good morning.
You are honored to be a friend of Mr. Goulet's, who, of course, I remember, I was, even as a kid, I'd watch you on the Merv Griffin show.
Like Douglas all the time.
I remember you from Camelot, all your different great songs.
Howard, how old do you think Mr. Goulet is? He looks amazing.
He's 45, I'd say.
Yeah, he's a contemporary, right?
Yeah, you look real good, man.
Oh, thank you.
How do you do it?
He sounds like Sulu.
Yeah. So how did you meet Robert Goulet, and how did you get him in the contest?
I used to do a lot of the advertising for ESPN.
Right.
And we did a big campaign for NCAA college basketball, and we cast Mr. Goulet to play this sort of latter-day Frank Sinatra, and he did his version of contemporary fight songs. It was a really successful campaign.
It was great, yeah.
We won an Emmy Award and got tons of press, so we've stayed in touch over the last few years and tried to conspire to do more work like this.
Mr. Goulet, were you impressed when you got the tape of this song, Restless, Restless, or were you nauseated?
I didn't at first get a tape. I got a call from Ernest, and he talked to my wife, Vera, and I, and he said, this wonderful poem is on your show, and you said have somebody try to do something with it.
Yeah.
And he said, we can do a song. I said, well, send me the music. He said, there is no music. I said, it's only the poem. I said, well, send me the poem. And I want to tell you, these guys aren't Robert Frost and T.S. Eliot.
Thank you.
Hey, wait a second.
Exactly.
My song.
Vinny, by the way, Vinny disagrees with Mr. Goulet's version of Restless, Restless. Why do you have a problem with Mr. Goulet's version?
Because he missed the whole point of the song.
What is the point?
The point of the song is about a guy...
Because I missed it, too.
It's pointless.
No, it's not. It's about a guy who keeps on losing the girl. She's restless. They all get restless. They move on. Bob, you're singing it like, you're just dumping a different girl every week, and you're just happy at the end of the song.
He is dumping a different girl every week.
I think, Vinny, not to...
Who's this guy?
Not to contradict Vinny. Not to contradict Vinny's genius, but in the spirit of like big band, it's always it's a heartbreaking song, but the guy always sort of comes out on top. Yeah. Anyway, Vinny, that was the way we interpret it.
I loved all 3 of the finalist versions. Mr. Goulet, I can't wait for you to perform. Do you want to meet
I'll tell you something, Howard. I'm not used to singing at 8 o'clock in the morning.
I understand. Do you want to meet...
This song really doesn't require much.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm coming in here right now.
Mr. Goulet,
9 o'clock.
Do you want to meet your 2 rivals in the contest?
When would this be?
Right now.
Believe it or not.
Or would you rather just sing and get it over with?
You can't. You don't. You want to sing or just get it over with? You ready to sing?
Let me sing, then we can talk after that.
Is he wearing a tux right now?
Mr. Goulet is dressed.
My way, Vinny.
Yeah, do it your way.
You're killing me.
Let Mr. Goulet have his moment. Judges, please pay attention to the performance. Here it is, Restless, Restless.
You wore your purple dress. I put on my dancing shoes. Night like all the rest. I didn't have a clue. I picked you up at 10, and to a fault, you were quiet. I didn't know it then, but I guess I was off your diet. You said you needed time to think for yourself, while all the time you were thinking about somebody else. Now I can tell by the look that's on your pretty face, someone else is taking my place.
What's his name? What's his name?
What's his name?
Restless, restless.
It happens all the time.
Restless, restless.
I think I better change my mind. She starts to feel that way. You used to leave her, now you leave her with nothing to say. You never said it, not even to this day. I mean, I made sure, you made sure, I read it. The author doesn't sign her name. You tell all your friends how I left you in such haste, but you don't dare to tell them how you left me with this aftertaste. Yeah. It happens all the time. Babe, I think I'm gonna change my mind. She starts to feel that way. You used to leave her, now you leave her with nothing to say, nothing to say. I mean, maybe my professional life's 9, but my personal life is nothing but oh, yeah.
Wow, what a man. Look at you.
Thank you.
You could take that crap song and make it sound so good. That's the test of a real man.
We have a winner.
I tell you, that was great. Now it's
That was heavy lifting.
Mr. Goulet, great job. I'm not going to even talk to the judges yet. I'm going to bring in the second version of Restless, Restless to perform live right here in our studio. This gentleman's name is Jeff. Jeff, do you have a last name, or are you just going by Jeff?
Stillman, Jeff Stillman.
Jeff Stillman, you are going to do the honky-tonk version.
Honky-tonk version.
We look forward to listening to this. How long did it take you to come up with this arrangement?
About 15 to 20 minutes.
All right. You know, Mr.
And what did you think of the song?
Well, because it took so short a time to come up with the music, I thought it was a very well-crafted lyric for a structure.
Really?
Thank you, Jeff.
What?
Okay, sucking up.
You could learn from this guy.
Do you have a professional background in music?
No, but for the last year or so, I've been trying to be a professional songwriter, trying to meet people like John in the business, trying to pass my songs off.
All right, let us and Mr. Goulet hear his next entry and his competitor. This is Restless, Restless, honky-tonk version.
You're going to play it off a CD, too.
All right, here's your...
he's not performing live?
Yes, he's performing live.
It's karaoke, Tom and Vinny.
There we go.
You wore your purple dress, I put on my dancing shoes. A night like all the rest, I didn't have a clue. I picked you up at 10, and to a fault, you were quiet. I didn't know it then, but I was off your diet. You said you needed time to think for yourself, while all the time you were thinking about somebody else. Now I can tell by the look that's on your face that someone else has taken my place. What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? Restless, restless, happens all the time. I love you, I like you, I've changed my mind. Restless, restless, starts to feel that way. You used to leave her breathless, breathless. Now you leave her with nothing to say. Nothing to say.
Robin's panties are off.
Why do you want to hurt me like that, Rob? You never said it, not even to this day. You made sure I read it. The author doesn't sign a name. You tell all your friends how I left you in haste, but you don't tell them how you left me with this aftertaste. Left me with this aftertaste. Restless, restless, happens all the time. I love you, I like you, I've changed my mind. Restless, restless, starts to feel that way. You used to leave her breathless, breathless. Now you leave her with nothing to say. Nothing to say. No, nothing to say. Oh, you got nothing to say.
Wow. Boy, Robin, your panties came off and sung for Robin Quivers.
That was good.
Fantastic. You say, though, that... What do you do for a living? How do you make money?
Well, for 8 years, I worked at Chrysler and saved up a nice nest egg. I also have a wonderful wife who is still working and suggested that for a year or two I take some time off.
She believes in you.
Yeah, she's going to support me.
Well, I tell you, it's not easy to follow Mr. Robert Goulet. Mr. Goulet, what did you think?
Well, I couldn't hear the music. I could only hear him.
Really?
I haven't.
Scott?
I thought what he did was quite good.
Well, I tell you,
Mr. Goulet.
Once again, our technical capabilities astound everyone. The third guy. And what a great... Here's a guy, not even a professional. He took that Restless, Restless and made it special. Our third guy is Kevin. And he did sort of a country ballad version of Restless, Restless. He is the third contestant. Our judges are all here from the record companies and Vinny and Tom who wrote the song. And this is Kevin. Kevin, what's your last name?
Remick.
Kevin, are you a professional singer?
No, I'm not.
How old a guy are you?
23.
23. I was astounded by your entry.
Yeah, and I'm astounded by his youth.
I thought he would be older.
Yeah, you seem... do you want to be a country singer?
I play in a rock band, actually. And I thought the country fit the lyrics.
Right.
Better.
Yeah, I felt like that was the feel of the song.
Well, and you got a little bit of a band here with you. You got a backup singer, and you got a bass player, and you got your guitar. Do you need to sit down, or are you going to stand and do this?
Stand.
You're going to stand and do this? And what do you do aside from a rock band? How do you make a living?
I used to plaster. I just quit.
You're a
plaster. I'm going to deliver meat.
You're going to deliver meat?
Yeah.
And when you heard Vinny and Tom's song, did you think, oh, my God, this is a horrible song, I can't do a thing with it? Or did it come to you right away?
It was kind of... I didn't think it flowed very well.
You agonized, didn't you?
You agonized.
I worked on it for a little
but it worked out for you.
And even though you're in a rock band, you were able to listen to this and come up with this country version.
Well, when I learned to play guitar, I learned to play country from my father.
Okay. And you're from Boston, I take it, with that accent? Yeah, okay.
I hope.
All right, now I'm going to ask you to do your version, and then we're going to ask the judges to say who wins the $5,000 from Hemorrelief. Good luck, Kevin, and here we go.
You wore your purple dress, I put on my dancing shoes, a night like all the rest. I didn't have a clue. I picked you up at 10, and to a fault you were quiet. I didn't know it then that I was off your diet. You said you needed time to think for yourself. Well, all the time you were thinking about somebody else. Now I can tell by the look that's on your face, someone else is taking my place. What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? Restless, it happens all the time. I love you, I like you, I've changed my mind. Restless, she starts to feel that way. You used to leave her breathless, and now you leave her with nothing to say. You never said it, not even to this day. Made sure I read it, the author doesn't sign her name. You tell all your friends how I left you in haste. You don't tell them how you left me with this aftertaste. Restless, it happens all the time. I love you, I like you, I've changed my mind. Restless, she starts to feel that way. You used to leave her breathless, and now you leave her with nothing to say.
Wow. Great job. Nice job.
That is,
I love that little I love that guitar riff you did.
You know, I'm a little depressed that the most talented guy in the room is going to be delivering meat in a week.
Rich, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi. This is Rich. I wanted to find out if the Robert Goulet version is going to be available on CD for sale. That's great.
Mr. Goulet, any chance you'd be releasing this for sale? This gentleman wants to buy it.
Please say yes.
I think I'm making a CD soon because of your promotion of this song. A gentleman has asked me to do about a dozen of the top rock and pop songs of the last 15 years.
Really? Oh,
from
wow.
Sting and the Boss and Madonna and Elton John.
And you're saying
I'm going to do it in my inimitable fashion.
And you're saying
I think we'll be selling this one at the same time.
And you're saying Tom and Vinny's song would actually appear on this CD?
Only if they're nice to me.
Okay. Well, I got to tell you, you have to admit, Mr. Goulet, someone who's been around the business a long time, all of these songs are terrific, aren't they?
I think so. I think that last one was great.
Yeah,
especially judging from the material you started with.
Yes, I know all of you started with mud, with dirt.
On the bulletin board, they say polishing a turd.
Polishing a turd is what they call it.
The first time you talked in 20 years, that's what you said. That was them.
I know that this has, Vinny and Tom are now furiously writing songs. This has actually inspired you guys.
We launched a website.
Yes.
That's the one bad part about the whole thing.
Yeah, the only negative to the contest is that
they're going to continue
writing songs.
Right. RipTheMusic.com.
I was hoping this would put an end to it. All right, so here are our three contestants. Mr. Robert Goulet. Jeff, I wish I had your last name. No one will tell me.
Stillman.
And Kevin?
Remick.
Remick, okay. All of these versions, great. I have to say, I am blown out by the talent on this show.
Yeah.
Howard, do you have a choice of your own?
I'm having a hard... Steve, what is your choice?
Kevin Remick, just thick butt.
Kevin Remick. He was great.
Howard, is that Robert Goulet in your studio, or is that William
Robert Goulet is here. Kevin Remick is here. And Jeff Stillman is here. All of them good.
Did you see Vinny mouthing the words along with the song?
I thought that was the creepiest thing I've seen. And at one point threw a kiss to Robin. I think to Robin.
I hope it was to me.
Yeah, all right.
Sing it to me.
All right, it's time to go to the judges. None of our opinions count. Mr. Goulet, Kevin, and Jeff, all doing a great job. And by the way, Kevin, your backup singer there, Mark, terrific job, man. Really good. So I'm having some trouble with his headphones and still prevailed. And Dwayne on bass guitar, nice job.
Great.
Wow. I'm looking at the phones. I see half the people saying Mr. Goulet's version was the best. I see another half saying that Kevin's was the best. And then there seems to be another half that says Jeff was the best.
A half and a half and a half?
A half and a half and a half. No, I really do. I see, I could go through them all on the phone, and I've actually gotten many letters for actually to hear these on some sort of release. So let's go to Harvey Leeds. You heard Harvey's credentials. He's certainly qualified to judge this. What is the best version for the $5,000 prize?
Well, first of all, when I first heard this song, I thought it was like a joke.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was like Lilo Sobietsky's, poems. I didn't know how quite to interpret it.
Okay, go ahead.
Also, when you hear a song, you say, could that song be a hit? Like we were talking before, could something stupid, if the first time you heard that, or Louie Louie or Bohemian Rhapsody, would you said, is that a hit record?
Right.
So I was kind of jaded, like, this song is really terrible.
Right.
Okay.
Just to get that out.
Right, I had to get that out.
Okay,
I'm here.
All right. You've insulted the songwriters long enough.
Well, I mean, at first the lyrics were zero. Right. But
all three of these gentlemen have done something. We admit.
Absolutely.
They've created some kind of magic here.
Very impressive.
Okay.
But I have to look at it and say, okay, who is contemporary? Who could go out there in front of an audience in the year 2004? What, radio is available to it. And I got to tell you, Kevin, hands above everyone, wins.
You're saying he could sell that song?
Absolutely.
Wow.
All right.
I thought it was great.
Harvey leads. Thank you for your opinion. And Kevin, you have one vote closer to the $5,000 prize from Hemorrhelief.
We get no relief.
Where am I supposed
to get some hemorrhoids.
Where do I get 5 grand from?
You're going to get 5 G's from some ass
Let's
medicine.
go to the great John Tita.
Thank you, Howard.
Certainly a publishing legend. Go ahead.
Well, everyone was great. Mr. Goulet, you were fantastic.
I couldn't agree more.
This is, to me, what Johnny Cash did with the 9 Inch Nails song. Mr. Goulet has come along and Jeff, you were great. But my vote is going to have to be for Kevin also.
Really?
He did his best to distract us from those lyrics.
Okay. That's what I said was good about the song. If you didn't pay attention to the lyrics, it was better.
Right, Rob?
I actually wanted... I'd buy that version.
Yeah.
I was singing along to it.
Yeah, you were dancing.
I was dancing.
I put people together to collaborate all the time.
All right.
And this being a successful collaboration.
It looks like Kevin's going to win the 5 Gs. Mr. Goulet, I happen to agree when John Tita says that you have taken this song and done what Johnny Cash did for 9 Inch Nails. I was blown out when I heard your version.
Yeah.
And I can't thank you enough for doing that. And I hope you do put it out commercially.
And Howard, that he did it live, too. I mean, I thought that was studio trickery.
Very cool. Very
he's
cool.
a real deal.
Awesome job, and I want to...
thank you. I had a wonderful time doing it. It was a lot of fun, and I'm glad for Kenny, and good luck to him.
And Mr. Goulet, would you come into the studio when you put out your CD so we can play that with you here?
Or do something live for us.
The first one.
All right, thank you, Mr. Goulet.
I'll tell you, I'm happy for Kenny as well.
And what is it, Gary?
We have to thank WBTV3, CBS affiliate in Charlotte, because they lent us their studio.
Yeah, and Mr. Goulet, what an honor.
Yeah, Mr. Goulet's on tour. He's doing Camelot.
Yeah.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
So Kevin's the winner.
If you want me to play the female leading Camelot, just contact my agent. I'm pretty good.
And does Mr. Goulet realize he sends you a Christmas card every year?
He doesn't even know that I get it. I get your Christmas card?
I do.
You do know that.
How old is that picture?
Hey, Benny. How bad is that?
He looks too good.
Mr. Goulet, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Kenny, Kevin. Kevin, I thought your version kicked ass.
Yeah.
I really do.
And Howard,
and Jeff, I want to thank you. You just came in here and tore it up, pal.
Thank you, Howard.
Yeah, they were all 3 wonderful versions. Yes. That's what you got to say.
And now to present the check from Hemorrhelief, here's Cabby.
Yeah, he's their spokesperson.
Oh, God.
I put on my dancing shoes. You wore your purple dress.
Here's Hemorrelief spokesperson Cabby.
What an amazing contest, first of all, and congratulations. What was it, Kevin? The
Kevin,
winner?
yeah.
Dude, amazing. Kenny, amazing.
What is it?
Kenny. Thank you, Cabby.
He's right here. Kenny's right here.
All right, and there's the giant check, Cabby.
Here's your trophy. The first place trophy is an actual Hemorrelief, and I'm wearing my Hemorrelief holster.
Right. And there's, by the way, the beautiful Hemorrelief girls. Girls, do you use the product? Do you have hemorrhoids? Is that true?
Actually, I'm doing okay right now.
Let's see them.
Can you show us your hemorrhoids? No, I guess not.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely agree.
Girls, will you show Mr. Goulet your hemorrhoids?
Tom and Vinny, how do you feel about the outcome of the contest?
I thought it was incredible.
Well, if we had a chance to vote, who...
Kevin.
Kevin, all right, good. Okay.
This is my birthday, and Mr. Goulet singing live. Incredible.
Incredible for you.
We did that for you.
Did you ever dream that Robert Goulet would be singing your song?
That and Robin bopping to it.
Yeah. Gee, I tell you, you all three.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Incredible job.
Incredible
Talk
job.
about turd polishing.
I want to thank Victor and Tony for writing that song.
Look for the new Chevelle album in stores for September. I want you to look for the new Good Charlotte album in stores on October 5th. I certainly want to give plugs to our judges,
They did a fine job.
Look for Fat Joe's new album in stores in November. And Tom and Vinny's new single, When I Woke Up, is available at ripthemusic.com. Give me a break.
That's a new demo. Our version of Restless is at ripthemusic.com.
Do you know he said it's going to be like a Fruit of the Month club?
Yeah, different
They're
demo
going to
every
have
month.
different demos every month.
What's it called? Turd of the Month.
By the way, look for Kevin to be delivering your meat very soon somewhere. Where will you be delivering? Where's your route?
Massachusetts.
Oh, good. Okay, yeah.
The whole of Massachusetts.
Kevin, you get a chance, I'll take a veal chop.
Hey, Howard, and don't forget to go to hemorrelief.com for all your ass needs.
Hemorrelief really works. It just freezes up that hemorrhoid, and actually all of our contestants, even Mr. Goulet, will get a Hemorrelief in the mail.
A trophy.
All your ass needs.
Mr. Goulet.
Would the judges sign Kevin as an artist? Would you consider him as an artist? I'm being serious.
Well, I'd have to put him in a room full of people from Epic and from the A&R staff, but I think...
Are you considering that?
I think he deserves, a serious audition.
Because country music, though, is selling big these days,
Absolutely.
right? Yeah. John, you feel that way?
I'm a publisher. He writes a good melody.
Love to hear more and see more.
Right. Kevin.
You're saying he deserves more than a hemorrhoid applicant?
How does that make you feel, Kevin?
Great.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's
where
good
it
for you,
starts.
pal.
That's where it starts.
Good job. Got a good band there.
Hemorrelief will make you feel good, too.
Anything for the rest of the
the whole show.
What is that, Robin?
Do they think anything of the other contestants?
Yeah, seriously. Would you sign Mr. Goulet? I hope so. And I certainly hope you would sign Jeff.
I thought everybody did an excellent job.
That's right.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it turned out.
It was great.
I
Those
never
lyrics
could have
were
expected.
incredible.
Well, Tom, you got your birthday wish. Mr. Goulet singing your song on your birthday.
Thank you.
Good for you. And Mr. Goulet, thank you so much.
Yeah, you were great.
You're welcome.
Yes, and all you guys, great job. Hemorrelief, thank you for the $5,000. And I guess we'll take a commercial break, and we'll be back right after these words.
What kind of fool am I to come on this show? If I can find the guy who booked me here, he'll be quick to go. What kind of ass is this? Is Howard Stern. The things he does and says, they really make my stomach turn.
95X.